Welcome back to today's economic news. I'm John, and today we dive into the chilling world where dreams of glamorous vacations turn into nightmares at sea. We're talking about cruise ships and their perilous underbelly, which has recently come into the spotlight following a series of tragic incidents involving murders and missing passengers. But before you think this is just another sensational story of crime, let me ask you, are you really aware of how unsafe these luxury liners might be? We're not talking about just a minor oversight here. We're looking at a systematic failure of maritime governance that puts every passenger at risk. To understand the gravity of this, let's journey back to the origins of maritime law. These laws are not merely guidelines. They are the backbone of how sea travel has been conducted since the age of sail. The foundations of maritime law were laid centuries ago, refined over time with treaties like the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. Yet, despite such a robust historical framework, a chink in the armor appears when we consider the modern-day practice of vessels operating under flags of convenience. This allows cruise ships to register in countries with lax safety regulations, effectively making passenger protection a secondary thought to profit margins. Imagine if airlines operated this way. Would you still feel safe flying? Now let's examine some hard data to comprehend the extent of these problems. On November 7, 2024, the tragic death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner on a cruise ship grabbed headlines. Similarly, Christy Manzanares was murdered in 2017 on another cruise liner, and Amy Bradley vanished without a trace back in March 1998. Meanwhile, in December 2024, an incident involving Michael Virgil, who was served 33 drinks before an unfortunate event, further casts a shadow over cruise safety practices. To translate, each of these incidents represents a disturbing pattern where the allure of the sea masks a stark reality. Our safety is compromised for the sake of cutting corners and avoiding regulations. Ask yourself, what would happen if your family faced such uncertainties? Direct quotes from experts like Dr. Carol Lieberman highlight the absurdity. Every cruise is essentially a floating city, but unlike a city, you have no alternatives to seek safety. She likens it to subways that invite crime due to their captive audience. Only on a cruise, you're hundreds of miles away from shore. Attorney Andrew Stoltman paints a bleak picture of maritime law's complexity, how it shifts like the tides depending on where the crime occurs. We must ask our lawmakers, are citizens not deserving of consistent protection wherever they are? Let's pivot to a broader issue, the failure of governance in maritime law and the liberties we lose on these high seas. This dual jurisdiction scenario means that while a ship is docked, the local laws apply. Otherwise, it's the law of the flag state, a state that often doesn't have the stringent regulations we should demand. The evidence of government incompetence in this regulatory chaos is blatant. Can they not see the gap that allows cruise lines to prey on our pension for luxury while turning a blind eye to passenger rights? These lapses are not isolated. They feed into a broader theme of exploitation, pushing us to ask, how much more of our liberties will we give up? For a fleeting escape, we pay heavier prices for basic amenities, hidden under the guise of premium services, contributing to economic inflation. Cruise lines profit as our wallets shrink, all under the promise of a dream vacation that may turn into a living nightmare. So, what do we walk away with from this grim realization? Well, it reiterates one powerful, unsettling truth. Seeking joy on the high seas currently comes at the risk of stepping into lawless territory, where justice and safety are not guaranteed. If you're tired of their failures costing you not just money, but peace of mind, then you're not alone. Let's hold maritime authorities accountable and demand a sea change in regulations to protect everyone on board. If you're on board with revolutionary change and tired of paying for their mistakes, please subscribe for more incisive takes. This is John signing off, where we ensure you're informed issue by issue